Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers, John Heel Diver. Thanks for the suggestion, John. You asked, why do we say cool as a cucumber? Now, maybe you've heard this phrase when someone stayed calm under pressure. Or maybe your grandma used it while sipping iced tea and judging your life choices. Either way, you've probably wondered, what do cucumbers have to do with staying calm? Today, we're slicing into the surprisingly chill world of cucumbers, literally and linguistically. From ancient poetry to actual plant science, we're finding out why this humble veggie became the ultimate symbol of keeping it together. So, if you've ever used the phrase without really knowing why, or just want to feel emotionally supported by a salad ingredient, stick around, because we're about to get cool as a cucumber, right here on Explaining Everything. So first, let's break it down. When someone says you're cool as a cucumber, it means you're calm, unbothered, emotionally zen, like someone who could watch their house catch fire and go, "Ah, neat." It's one of those weird phrases you hear growing up and just accept like, yeah, sure, cucumbers. Those famously composed vegetables. But why a cucumber? Why not cool as a sloth on vacation, or chill as your Wi-Fi when you're on a Zoom call? There's gotta be a reason. Let's start with the science. Believe it or not, cucumbers are actually cooler than their surroundings. No joke. Cucumbers are about 96% water, and they're wrapped up in a fancy, waxy skin that acts like a natural cooler. So, when it's 90 degrees outside and everything feels like it's on the surface of the sun, you can pick up a cucumber, hold it to your cheek, and go, "Ah, nature's air conditioner." They've been measured to be up to 20 degrees cooler than the ambient air temperature, all thanks to their high water content and transpiration process. Yeah, transpiration. That's plant sweat, basically. Nature's version of staying frosty. So, yes, cucumbers are out here chilling, literally, while the tomatoes are just screaming in the sun. Now, for the history nerds out there, we see you. The phrase cool as a cucumber dates back to at least the 18th century. That's right. People have been comparing emotional stability to vegetables since powdered wigs were still in fashion. One of the earliest recorded uses comes from the poet John Gay in 1732 in his poem New Song on New Similes, where he wrote, "Cool as a cucumber could see the rest of womankind run mad." Poetic, slightly sexist, but hey, it was the 1700s. Everyone was either dueling someone or dying of gout. We'll let it slide. So the phrase has been around for centuries, and it turns out people back then also recognized that cucumbers are physically cool, and that being metaphorically cool was a desirable human trait. A match made in linguistic heaven. Now, this brings up an important question. Why cucumbers specifically? I mean, let's be real. If we're picking emotionally stable vegetables, potatoes are doing a lot of heavy lifting. They're quiet, dependable, and have seen some things. But the cucumber wins the cool contest because no other common veggie has that combo of literal low temperature and cultural vibe. Carrots? Too try hard. Broccoli? Always tense? Onions? Too emotional? Eggplants? Just don't ask. Cucumbers are the veg that show up at a party with sunglasses and a calm demeanor, offering cucumber water like, "Hey man, just hydrate and vibe." Cucumbers also have a long-standing association with refreshment and relaxation. Think about it. Cucumber slices on your eyes at the spa? That's not just because someone got bored during a salad and went rogue. Cucumber has long been linked to cooling and calming properties, both physically and emotionally. In Ayurvedic medicine, cucumbers are considered to have a cooling energy. In other words, they're chill in both body and soul. Also, shout out to cucumber water. The only drink that makes you feel like you're at a hotel that's just a little too fancy for your budget. So now the big question. How do you become as cool as a cucumber? Step 1. Contain 96% water. Step 2. Be green. Step 3. Sit quietly in the fridge for 3 to 5 days. Or alternatively, take deep breaths. Don't respond to texts that annoy you at 2 a.m. And maybe, just maybe, put some cucumber slices on your face while listening to lo-fi beats. Boom. Instant cucumber energy. So next time you hear someone described as cool as a cucumber, just remember, it's not just a random veggie metaphor someone blurted out during a picnic. It's backed by centuries of poetic language, a surprisingly impressive amount of plant science, and one very laid-back vegetable that's been minding its own business and staying chill, literally, for generations. Cucumbers have been the unbothered kings of the produce aisle, quietly flexing their low temperatures while the rest of the salad ingredients are losing their minds. And honestly, if cucumbers can stay calm while being peeled, chopped, and tossed into a bowl next to 1,000 croutons, the least we can do is take a deep breath and keep it together. Stay cool out there. If you enjoyed this video, or if you are now practicing to be a more cool and unbothered individual, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.